Top story tonight, a long disputed West Savannah property tied to the Weeping Time controversy is back in focus, not because of a courtroom battle, but because of what's being proposed next. WSAV's Nakaya Harris joins us with how a local faith leader is now stepping into the conversation.
Now, Tina, after years of tension and a legal fight that has ended, conversations around the property has shifted. I spoke with Otis Shipp Jr., a Salvation Army Advisory Board member, who says the goal now is to help bridge long-standing divisions while plans move forward for what's being called the Center of Hope. On Augusta Avenue, a property has stirred debate for years, is entering a new chapter. While a study concluded the site itself was not a part of the Weeping Time, the location remains symbolic for the community.
The Salvation Army is seeking to build a meaningful bridge, between their mission and the beloved West Side community of Savannah. And, the proposed Center of Hope project sits on, at the intersection of a profound history and a pressing present need, a crossroad that calls for both reverence and vision.
Bishop Otis Shipp says that history and the divide it created pushed him to get involved.
It was something that was needed, so that we could try to bridge a gap between the West Side and the Weeping Time, along with the Salvation Army.
Shipp says the Center of Hope would include housing for roughly 250 people and educational services.
There's many different programs and things of that nature that would help get folks to a better place of where they're going in their lives.
He says the intention is to break ground later this year after years of discussion and delays.
It will meet the need of the community, bring awareness of the properties around time. It is positive. This is a positive thing. It needs to happen.
Now, Shipp says acknowledging the history surrounding the area while addressing present-day needs will be key as conversations continue. Nakaya Harris, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Nakaya, thank you. A former Beaufort County preschool employee arrested for a child sex material is now facing charges in Iowa. Brandon Baker was working at Sea Island Sprouts Preschool when he was arrested last month for possessing and distributing files of child sexual abuse material. Now, WSAV has uncovered Baker as also under investigation in 2013 for having several nude images of a young boy with handcuffs on his wrists and ankles. Baker was also implicated in a child pornography investigation out of Colorado before he came to Beaufort County. He is expected to be extradited to Iowa to face charges there. A developing story to tell you about now. An investigation is underway tonight after a suspicious package was found outside a local preschool. It happened around 11:15 this morning at the Jewish Educational Alliance on Abercorn Street. Officials say a person was spotted placing a cardboard box on the hood of someone else's car, and due to JEA protocols, the authorities were called. A bomb squad robot inspected the package as preschool students inside were placed on lockdown and nearby roads were closed. The Savannah Police Department removed the object and it was taken off site with no injuries reported. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help as deputies investigate a series of residential burglaries in the northern part of the county. Deputies say at least 9 homes were broken into between January 31st and February 2nd in neighborhoods from Ladies Island to St. Helena Island. Investigators say the suspects went through the homes taking items like liquor, power tools, firearms, and other valuables. Now, the Sheriff's Office is asking residents in those areas to check their own security footage from those dates and report anything that looks suspicious. Well, we are getting our first look at what could be contamination at the former Caesarstone property in Richmond Hill, the same site West Wind Elements wants to turn into a nickel refinery. The images were sent to WSAV by West Wind as questions continue to grow about what's in the ground and who knew about it. These photos show material West Wind Elements says points to possible contamination at the old Caesarstone site in Belfast Commerce Park. West Wind tells WSAV the images are tied to a report they claim was shared with the Development Authority of Bryan County last year, outlining environmental concerns already present on the property. You can see here a report with details from a third-party assessment of the property is addressed to Development Authority CEO Ryan Purvis, along with 3 other emails. Now, the company says it wants to purchase the privately owned site and clean it up before moving forward with its proposed nickel refinery. The images come amid mounting scrutiny over the project following a heated town hall earlier this week and the county's decision to investigate potential contamination at the site. Well, Bryan County Commissioners and the Richmond Hill City Council approved that investigation Tuesday, saying they will pursue remediation and hold responsible parties accountable if contamination is confirmed. WSAV has reached out to the Development Authority of Bryan County for a response to West Wind's claim that it was aware of the contamination. So far, we have not heard back. In the Lowcountry, a zoning decision in Jasper County drawing strong reaction from neighbors who say it could change the character of their community. County leaders are now one step closer to approving a controversial proposal, and residents are making it clear they don't want it. WSAV's Danielle Cobb shows us now why this issue has become so divisive.
Jasper County will protect and foster the rural character that defines our sense of place.
That's a resident quoting Jasper County's comprehensive plan. They're now looking at their officials to follow those set standards and vote no to changing a rural and preserved property to resource extraction for a proposed sand mine.
I think this rezoning and development agreement sets a bad precedent for the rural preservation district. And
residents in the Grays area and along Pine Level Church Road, where the proposed property sits, say they also worry about silica dust produced from mining, destroying their air quality and contaminating the water supply. They also say will add unwanted truck traffic.
I didn't want to be the guy that dug 50 acres on 70. I wanted to be the guy that dug 50 on 250.
The developer, Jay Heyer, says they still have to get permits from the state, but believe the mine wouldn't affect health or safety. He says only 50 acres would be mined and large buffers will be added to not interfere with homes, roads, or wetlands on the property. Regardless, many residents still say they're not buying it.
I am still extremely opposed to the sand mine.
I don't wish anything ill on Mr. Hires. While I wish him luck, I hope he fails in this endeavor. I hope that you gentlemen listen to your communities and do what is right.
Despite council moving the project forward in previous meetings, they tabled their vote this time and will make a later decision on a third and final reading. Danielle Cobb, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Some new information now. State lawmakers representing Colleton County are taking a firm stand against a proposed data center campus in the Ace Basin watershed. In the resolution, lawmakers point to the ecological significance of the Ace Basin, one of the largest protected coastal ecosystems on the East Coast, spanning parts of Colleton, Beaufort, and Charleston counties. The delegation also notes that Colleton County amended its zoning ordinance in November to allow data centers as a special exception in rural communities, including within the Ace Basin and its headwaters. Then, just days later, a developer requested approval to build what would be one of the world's largest data center campuses on Cooks Hill Road. Well, at a public hearing in December, hundreds of residents spoke out against that proposal, raising concerns about its impact on the area. In their resolution, lawmakers say data center developments are not appropriate and are calling on Colleton County Council to oppose the project. Now, the resolution is signed by 6 state lawmakers representing the majority of the county's delegation.